This is real footage from 23 years ago when Putin was first elected president. As the grand doors slowly opened, Putin walked in with a confident stride, making his signature gesture with his right arm under the gaze of the public. He walked toward the Andrei Hall of the Kremlin to attend the inauguration ceremony. Next to him, the gray-haired Yeltsin personally stood by his side. Coming from a working-class family, Putin's rise to the Russian presidency was undoubtedly aided by Yeltsin's promotion. In fact, before his own term was over, Yeltsin announced his resignation and handed the presidential office to Putin. As a result, Putin began handling presidential affairs before the official inauguration ceremony, and the 2000 Russian elections were held ahead of schedule, with Putin emerging victorious with 53% of the vote. None of this would have been possible without Yeltsin's support. On May 7, 2000, the inauguration ceremony for the Russian president officially took place in the Kremlin. The hall was already filled with crowds, eager to see what surprises this young new president would bring to a Russia in crisis. With a firm gaze, Putin walked confidently toward the podium, placed his right hand gently on the Constitution, and in front of billions of citizens, announced the presidential declaration. Then, the president of the Russian Constitutional Court, Bagley, officially announced that Putin had become the second president of Russia for the third term. As soon as he finished speaking, the hall erupted in thunderous applause. As the presidential flag was slowly raised, the era of Putin had officially begun. Yeltsin, who had supported Putin from the start, could now peacefully step down. He stood at the podium with satisfaction, expressing his hopes and encouragement for Putin, wishing him to become a president who would bring happiness to the Russian people. After the inauguration, Yeltsin and Putin watched together the last military parade of Yeltsin's presidency. Meanwhile, Putin appeared very friendly, smiling and waving to the crowd, showing no sign of presidential arrogance. The people were filled with anticipation for this new president in Russia's history, and Putin did not disappoint them. During his presidency, he led Russia out of crisis and introduced many policies that benefited the people internationally. He worked to elevate Russia's prestige and status, truly becoming a good president in the hearts of the people in the 2004 elections. Putin was re-elected with a high approval rating of 71%. Although Russian law limited his re-election, he did not run again in 2008. Instead, his close ally and best friend, Medvedev, became president. After taking office, Medvedev immediately amended the constitution, extending the presidential term from 4 to 6 years and lifting the limit on the number of terms. In the 2012 election, Putin was again elected president with 63% of the vote.